tell me a little bit about your thoughts about what attracted you to this brand and why you decided on this acquisition.
The brand itself has a long history and rooted from Texas. As you know, they started in San Antonio about 35 plus years ago, and has really grown from, starting from one to where it has gotten to the level today. But I think the space that most attracted to me is in the Mexican chain that really don't have a lot of competitions in a way. You do and you don't. And we believe that this brand has a lot of great success stories that you can carry forward, and it has a potential to be a national brand, in my opinion. And saw the attributes of this brand, the characteristic of this brand. There is a lot of great product, fresh. You got the high quality ingredient. It's almost kind of falls in the fast casual category, and also behaves like a QSR. And so I think it has a lot of great different opportunity I saw that attracted to me. Really, every time I went to Texas, I had kind of visited that brand quite a bit, as I owned other restaurants in Texas. And so it was always interesting.
Do you not see El Pollo Loco as a competitor to Taco Cabana?
Um, you know, it's a catch-22, yes, but they have their own characteristic things, with the consumer, what gets attracted to them. So I see it, that concept and the space could be the same, but I don't see much of the competitions because, they both have a different product line that they offer and the process and everything else.
Well, tell me about the menu at Taco Cabana and what your thoughts are going forward. Do you have any plans for the brand?
Yes, you see, right now our goal would be to really keep what is out there. Like they have a breakfast, lunch, and of course dinner catering as well. To really go find a way to enhance and work on the quality if there's any needs to be made, and focus on those attributes before I go make any other recommendation or changes that they may be necessary. But they have a really great variety of menu already, and they really cater well with the different day part. We'll just need to go and find a way to execute it effectively, consistently, and work on product that needs to be enhanced and improved. Basically, that would be the first goal.
Well, you are fundamentally a franchise operator. Do you see expanding the franchising of this brand? You've got the one franchisee, so the door is opened a little. Is that something you might pursue further?
Yeah, I mean, future, we'll see what happens in the future, obviously. Even though I've been a franchisee all my life for over 30 plus years, I've also been involved as a franchisor level in TGIF, that I'm a major investor in the global TGIF concept as well. I invested in 2019, right before the pandemic.
Oh, perfect timing.
I timed it very well. But so, we have some definitely some exposure to being a franchisor. But, Taco Cabana also, this will be 100% not publicly traded kind of setup, privately. It'll be privately, of course. Pretty excited to see what I can do with the brand to not only expand the current footprint to more grow the brand by building more sites, but really even have a franchise base down the road. Absolutely.
Well, so tell me about the family that it fits into then. With you have, I think, close to 400 restaurants in all with all the brands.
Yes, so we own and operate Jack in the Box. I started with Jack in the Box back in 1984 as an employee. Actually I had to go to 3 interviews. I make a joke out of this, but I had to go 3 times to get a job to make tacos at Jack in the Box. Finally, I think they finally felt sorry for me and gave me a job working weekends, and maybe somebody didn't show up at that day. I don't know. But I had an opportunity to get a job and work my way up to be a team leader, to assistant manager, became a manager very quickly for Jack in the Box. And the idea of franchise was developed back in late 80s, 88, 87. Jack in the Box came up with the initiative of refranchising the restaurants, and they sent the memo out, and it was intriguing to me, and applied for it, and we were operating it well. I was kind of top top manager in the company and the region that I was operating all the time. So they approved me as an operator, an operator. With the help of friends and family, I was able to buy one restaurant in 1989.
Wow.
And so we have grown from one restaurant to with a multiple brand to have own and operate 400 restaurants right now.
So it only took
In
you 5
different-
years to go from fry cook to owner?
Yes, it did.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I always felt that I guess I get to hear a lot of stories from my friends and family that always had the mindset of being entrepreneur. I was working hard, but always felt that if I can do this for myself, for this company, I think I can do it for myself. That's always the back of my mind, and always looked at that. And every business, and I was working for Jack in the Box. I was working like it was my own. Worked very hard and did what needed to be done. And so I think that attitude and that mindset was always kept me uh, open to taking the risk. Obviously, it was a risk that you had to take, put all the money that you had and borrowed some from family and invested. And but I really thought that that was really a great thing to do for me and worked out well
And
for
so
me.
how did your franchise business do during the pandemic last year?
It was a mixed bag. Of course, the QSR side of the business did very well. The restaurant that had a drive-through that where we were able to keep the doors open, and were able to get third-party delivery and to go curbside pickup and everything. So we were able to sustain a lot of businesses through drive-through. In fact, drive-through business did very well because everything else was closed. Where our full-service restaurant, Danny's and TGIF, had a major suffering of this revenue because the doors were shut down and it was all dine-in business. So whatever we could do with the deliveries and third party or curbside pickup is what we took advantage of. But other than the full service restaurant, the QSR did very well actually.
Well, so and how are they doing now? Are you all open?
We are all open. I think majority of the states that we do business is now actually don't have any restrictions. So we're getting back to open. Of course, we still have to follow the guidelines of CDS guideline for the some of the distancings and everything that is required. But other than that, there is really no restrictions. So we're seeing quite a bit of returning of the guests coming back and indulging themselves. Absolutely.
Do you worry though that the restrictions will come back? Are you feeling any nervous future at this point?
Yes, absolutely. There's more and more last 2, 3 weeks more than anything that there's definitely a back of the mind that is what happened if it comes back to the same restriction that we had experienced. And definitely there is a insurgent of this new variant and Delta variant that people are talking about. And people are still getting infected with this virus. There's definitely big concern in the restaurant business, especially in the full service restaurant, that what will happen. Yes.
Well, so getting back to Taco Cabana, do any of the restaurants have a drive-through?
Yes, fortunately, every restaurant has a drive-through.
Okay, good. Yeah. Was that a feature that attracted you? I would imagine.
Absolutely. Coming out of this pandemic and making investment into the space where there would have been a restriction like we experience in the other concept would not have been easy decision to invest, but absolutely.
Right.